12th chapter of Kayrnix's story. I have set the graphical options to ultra, which I thought my graphic card might have some trouble getting into, but I found that I can run it quite well. Actually, I think the reason I was not using the ultra is that a couple of years ago, shortly after buying the graphical graphic cards, there was something wrong with the setting that made it look very weird, but apparently it's solved. They're now with lots of things on screen and screen recording software. It seems to give it the graphic card a bit of trouble. It's not a high-end graphic card, not a Radeon R9 2070X with only 2 GB of video RAM. Well, for some reason, it's been quite a long time since the last videos I made and uploaded, and we are going back with Kayrnix. I thought I had something to talk about, but I think that I forgot what it was that I wanted to talk. I'm not sure if I mentioned already that series that I had been commenting, one of the rise of the jet hero, was finished, and the end was not as bad as the previous. Well, not that the previous was exactly that terribly or bad.
Mess with us now.
It's just more than being bad, disappointing. But the reason that those last chapters are a bit less disappointing is that finally it's not that last fate where everyone does things for him, and where they run away in a cheap matter from the drama opportunities. But they managed what I think was the intention in the previous times, when I said that others solved the problems for him. And that is that in the fight he does his part and he earns that win, and others also work to get that final win. But in the end, I don't think at the point where the season ended, all those renouncing to the drama proposed was really worth it, and most of the mistakes really were worth committing, because of in the end there was going to be something that was greater because of those moments before. In the end, I think I give it just a 6 out of 10. score. Perhaps 6.5.
Lord Rathari, I presume. Finally, we come face to face.
Ah, you showed. You lack your master's caution. I applaud that. Delicon, Barris's lackey is here. So, say your piece, and do it before I kill this would-be assassin.
Barris is insane and paranoid. I was a faithful servant and my cover was intact. Did he expect me to accept being murdered for reassurance? Just wait for death?
You will die in agony.
Delicon and everything he knows of your master's operations are mine now. In 100 years, when I am legendary within the Sith, your and Barris's deaths at my hands will not even be a footnote. However, I would never lower myself to duel a mere apprentice such as you. You haven't earned the honor.
I marked you as a coward the moment I saw you.
Ha! You cannot goad me into it, worm. These men are my elite guard, trained to take on Sith. Half of them could kill you, but I don't like to play favorites.
In that case, I'll
Okay,
destroy them all.
If
They
you're
are
in a hurry to
dead
die,
indeed.
I am happy to oblige you. All attack!
Purple color. Wow, what a pushover. So now it's dead, and only have to care about this one. First the rage, then the bleeding, then the rage again to my more damage. That went well. I think I am enjoying this spec of Sith Warrior. I also quite like the of Sith Juggernaut. The tanking one, it can be quite dynamic, jumping here and forth and getting distance to leap back and zip through the enemy with that person, with that ability that is a whirling race. Checking it back because it's been a while without applying this. Channels the force into your lightsaber and blades. And now this is increases movement speed. This is the bleeding. Is sent to others with a smash. The finish is the active cooldown of Ravage and generates 3. It's another good thing. This doesn't need Sundering Assault anymore. This doesn't need any rage. So the Sundering Assault at this stage is only used. The rage is used for a smash, it takes 3. Vicious Slash, that takes 3 rage. Force Screaming, that takes 4 rage. And Retaliation, that takes 2 rage. This generates also Shipping Slash 3 rage. 200 to something more. A bit more than 200. 400. 300. So 300 and 300. So this and this. Both of the raging abilities.
I yield. Never have I witnessed such raw power. The day and the planet are yours. I freely pass the scepter. The threat Delicon posed to you and your master has died with him. I hope it ingratiates me in some way.
Please don't kill me. Restore my
I
cow.
was looking forward to doing that myself.
You are above such trifling tasks. Let others like myself do such deeds for you. It's clear to me now. Someday you will rise above your master. It is you, not I, who will be Darth Barris's end. Grant me mercy, so I may live to see it. Honor me with some small hand in it.
Oh, thanks. If he believes that you're alive, that I let you alive, welcome me.
Death is the only honor you've earned.
Then
And you try to kill
make
me.
it swift.
Come on. Make it painful, not swift. But get on with it already.
Glad this is finally over. Maybe we can go back to the ship and get off this rock, huh?
You haven't enjoyed Nar Shadda, Vet?
What's to enjoy? So dark and scummy? Ugh, gives me the creeps. I just can't wait to get back to my quarters and grab some shut-eye.
Oh, with the today's update, that the free-to-play and preferred players get an extra hot bar. I get this bar back. For legacy, I haven't unlocked the go to the nothing. Okay. Right. That ability does still cause rage, so I say that it generates rage. Sorry, it generates. That's first. No, it hasn't generated any rage. Maybe it's no, it wasn't. Ravage doesn't generate anything. Has it? I'm going to fight one group outside of this area to see if I spot that. Okay. No, Ravage has not. No, nothing of this has generated anything. Time to go back to my ship and talk to Barras through the holo terminal.
Finally, real civilization. Come on, I'll show you
Okay,
the
let's
sights.
read that. SWTOR finishes the active cooldown on Ravage and generates 3 rage. Passive. And generates 3 rage. It does finish the active cooldown on Ravage, but it has not generated any rage at all. But am I missing here? It is the text wrong? Perhaps it is. Or, and not an, meaning that if Ravage is not on cooldown, then it generates that rage. That's something I should then check on later. Is it warrior hangar and back to the ship. It's here. Nothing happening here, no new companions to grab. And this was, if I'm not wrong, yes, the second of the first pair of planets. Balmorano, this is the planetary mission, yes. And class, yes, this is going to send me to somewhere else that is not a planet, but some SWTOR place. But I think, given that I don't know what to talk about, that I forgot what was going to be the topic. And that I was more into making sure that I can also record a video recorded in ultra settings. I'm going to call it an extra short chapter. I know it is short and also boring because I've not had anything to say, but well,
seeing you return to this ship always warms my circuits, Master.
let's talk to Baras to that.
You have done well, my apprentice. Telecom eliminated and Lord Rathori dispelled. This will be a day long remembered. The loss of Haladrol's citizen is unfortunate, but the ends far justify the means.
No, she wasn't that useful. She only gave me directions that I could have had from anybody.
She will be easily replaced.
Yes, I will place my slave operations in good hands, rest assured. You have successfully eliminated both of my compromised agents. The time has come to set our sights on Noman Ka and his gifted Padawan. It seems our adversary is of like mind. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Noman Ka has been busy.
I wouldn't expect him to be complacent.
Good. Then you're less likely to be caught unaware. It appears your ship is being tracked. A very sophisticated sensor is reporting your every movement. I've traced the signal to a spaceport in a sector not far from you. I'm sure Noman Ka is involved.
It seems likely.
I've sent the coordinates to your mainframe. Head there immediately, dock with the station, and make a lasting impression.
Will this be a short mission, or it is one of those interplanetary missions between planets? I mean that it's not so short. Obviously, it's not going to be as long as a whole planet section would be, but still can be not that short. This is the DPS and this is the tank. I want, for my lightsaber to be red, because the red is the skin of a true Sith, and the saber must reflect that. We'll travel to that ship and see what size it is. To then all conversations with companions, let's get them done.
I'm done talking to you. Take the collar off or go away.
Do you enjoy this as much as I do?
Doesn't even hurt anymore. You want it to be like this? Fine. Just don't expect one word of help beyond what I have to do.
Dark side points and no influence gained. Should be influence lost, but you know, people don't want to make things harder and they don't want the consequences of not being nice to their companions, so want the game to allow them to be harsh and rude and abusive to Vet or anybody else that they travel with, but they don't want the consequences of time. And they still pretend they want to play an RPG game.
My lord, I have been working on something in my spare time. You may be interested.
Let me be the judge of that.
Right away. Years ago, I was zeroing in on a notorious SIS agent called Valoran, when Moff Broysk recalled me to the Battle of Druckenwell. I had the spy cornered. I briefed Broysk so that he could send someone else to take Valoran out. He ignored the opportunity.
This Moff is starting to sound like a chronic screw-up.
That is not for me to determine. I will say this, though. Since then, Valoran has gone on to wreak havoc against the Empire. One missed opportunity has led to a decade of unnecessary losses. I know Valoran's signature, and by tracking his accomplishments, I've picked up his scent.
It is imperative that you track him down.
Very good, my lord. I'll keep you abreast of my progress.
Spy against the Empire is a threat against my future. What if I get the seat I deserve in the council? And then he works against my against my plans and my power. That would not be acceptable. Service in good space. Enter the orbital monitoring station. I believe this is not very long, but also once we are there. This is the anti-alertion setting in Ultra, and it's hard to believe so many time has passed and that's not been solved. Not that it's a big issue, it's just a bar that doesn't mean anything. Yes, it seems alright. The sound comes elevator. I don't remember having to use that. That is suspended. Rage. But something, no, just another gift, another gift. Next, or more people. This. It's not being quite responsible. No, that didn't create any rage, it's the leveling up that caused it to feel. So we have now, we used Path Carver, Swapping Slash deals 25% more damage, reduces buyback, reduces the cooldown of unleash by 30 seconds and causes unleash to heal you for 10% of your maximum health when used. Warmonger, getting attacked reduces the active cooldown of force charge by 1 second. This effect cannot occur more than once every 1.5 seconds. Overwhelm. Ravage immobilizes the target for 3 seconds. Deadly Reprisal. Taking non-periodic area of effect damage. Generates 2 rage. The effect cannot occur more than once per second. You generate on the Aldin. You generate 4 rage when stunned, immobilized, about to sleep or knocked around. This is kind of interesting for the healing, but I think it's not going to be that useful. This does sound better to keep the rage going. Damn, I should.
Nobody better mess with us now.
And now that is Security Chief. Defeat and loot Security Chief. That got my right away. Maybe that ability that I picked last is not as strong as I thought. Our influence gain and rubies. Okay, so this seems it's not the ship I thought. The ship I thought it would have been that fight, or perhaps that's one difference because I'm playing a dark-sided Sith. My previous playthrough, my mind Sith warrior is light-sided. Or maybe I'm just misremembering, and what I remember is just this other floor. I'm reached, and that... No, that didn't do what I hoped. I don't know why at some points when I right-click mouse and turn to move, it's like I had not done anything. You are easily killed. Despite probably 22. No, they're on level. Let's get to
the trouble, Hiroshio. Tell me why you're so concerned.
Master Kar, you promised we would be undetected, but the ship we've been tracking for you is here.
Calm your fear, Hiroshio. It will not serve you. I will speak with your visitor when the time comes.
The fear I inspire cannot be suppressed, Jedi.
Okay. You never told me we'd be tracking a Sith.
You were provided the details necessary to perform your duties. Now please, remain quiet. Sith, I presume you are Darth Barris's new apprentice. I am Jedi Master Norman Carr. Do you know me?
All you Jedi look alike to me. Soon to be deceased.
You have your master's disposition, I see. Barris and I like to keep tabs on each other, so when I heard of a new apprentice, I investigated. These men were merely monitoring the equipment, following orders. There's no need for bloodshed here.
Oh, I
I
disagree.
feel an overwhelming need for bloodshed.
Hiroshio, defend yourself. The Sith attacks. Excessive display. Those men were defenseless and unarmed.
Oh, and that he had in his hand, and what was? A toothpick. Right, that was that.
Their deaths are on your head, Carr.
Such a sad attempt to deflect responsibility, Sith. I shall honor Hiroshio and his men's lives by dedicating myself to thwarting you and your master.
Whatever, I don't care, you can die for all I care.
You must do what you must do.
It calms me that you and Barris have no idea what you're up against.
Stay calm, Jedi. Relax all you like.
The Force is stronger in the quiet eye of the storm. You Sith failed to understand that. Your sudden attack on Hiroshio and his men caught me by surprise. But I've been prepared for the possibility of my operation being discovered. These troopers are among the Republic's best. Go with them peacefully, and the Jedi Council will take that into consideration.
Now you'll see what a Sith is capable of.
Stand ready, men. The Sith attacks.
More meat bags. Unresponsive. I hit a button and it does nothing. Damn it. Yeah, and those. What's good is all those if they don't attack.
It seems Darth Barris has found himself a singularly vicious weapon in you. This experience has given me valuable insight. I'll be prepared for you next time, Sith.
I was holding back. I fought them with one eye closed.
You cannot get under my skin with your antics. Until we meet again.
Use your SIP or terminal. Well, I'm curious to see what that is. Let's click it. Oh, a bonus mission. I do it to get a bit extra experience. I'm dead. Wasn't this blue? Moped killed my, stole my kill. Well, it's no big deal if I miss. some. That's not one. That means then that... Well, I get this. This enemy. I'm dead. Same level champion or elite class. What's that? I need to find two more of those, and I think I'm not going to find them. Well, yeah, I believe that was all. Yeah, the other two that I need to find are up at the other floor. No, wrong side. I'm going to sell stuff that is not needed. Then go back to the ship and call it a day. I hope this time also the recording, the settings for the voice is not as bad as in the previous. And that the voice is being recorded. Because another chapter I recorded in another game, in the Pathfinder one. I recorded the chapter, then the voice had not been saved. It was an audio of the microphone, so I had to re-record it with the video of what I had again and speak all over again. And this is all for this chapter. Close the chapter, but I forgot this part to play.
Apprentice, now that Noman Carr realizes that we seek his Padawan, there's no time to waste. He claimed the girl on her home planet of Alderaan, and she trained on Tatooine. I have agents on both planets digging up leads. Find the people who know this girl. Someone means enough to her to make her come out of hiding.
I will obliterate everything she knows.
I am confident this is how we will prevail. The Padawan's training is incomplete. She is susceptible. The anguish you cause will flush her out, and you will kill her and her master.
As you decree, my lord.
This will be a great test for you, apprentice. You have yet to face a Jedi Master. Their righteousness and passionless demeanor is nauseating. And Noman Carr is no ordinary master. Confronting him, you will find profound fortitude and hate, or you will falter.
Save the rhetoric. Let me get to work.
Learn to heed my wisdom, or you will die. Be off, then. Tatooine and Alderaan await. Discover this Padawan's identity and destroy her.
With pleasure. Jedi was user, not a Sith. And you will be joining her sooner or later because you are not a Sith. I am sure of that. 20th level, 25, so the first one is to go to Tatooine. But that is for the next chapter. Thanks for watching, anybody who has watched it, and goodbye.